With the announcement of Diablo 4 on November 1st, I nearly jumped out of my skin with excitement. Diablo is just one of those games that is so well made that even if they put out the exact same game with better graphics, you'd be satisfied. But we all know Blizzard is a company that innovates and always seems to pump out a quality product. Welcome to a brand new Best Life Gaming episode of Hype Train. Today we are going to take a look at Diablo 4 and all the footage that has been released, and I'll let you know my opinions as well as my hopes for the final release. I will tell you if I'm in fact on the hype train, excited, cautiously optimistic, or not hype whatsoever. So without further ado, let's dive in. From what I see, they seem to be continuing with the top-down view. Personally, I'm completely fine with this, but I also wouldn't have minded a third-person over-the-shoulder view for online. With that said, this is classic Diablo and you have to account for couch co-op. And besides, Blizzard may have a few other tricks up their sleeves. This is very early gameplay footage. The graphics seem to be going with more of a gritty, washed-out look that more emulates realism. This is a slight departure from 3, which featured more of a cartoonish look, in my opinion. I feel this is great, especially with the theme of darkness that this game should evoke with its art style. The 3 released classes, Barbarian, Druid, and Sorceress, they all look excellent. The Barbarian's moves look like they all come with weight, and I like that when he hits an enemy, they seem to go flying. That I feel does a lot to drive home the fact that this is a physical brute with some real force behind his attacks. The Druid, which from my knowledge is a new class, seems really interesting and might be the class I choose. I like that he can morph into animals as well as summon elemental powers like electricity. It looks like a nice hybrid between a barbarian and a mage. The Sorceress essentially looks to me like a mage, but with a witch-like twist. Everything looks really crisp, and I feel the combat looks a little more satisfying, especially with the enemy reactions. I do like the addition of horses to make traversal a little faster. I did feel that sometimes traveling around the map in Diablo 3 was a little sluggish, and it'll be nice to have a faster option. The enemy types look amazing as well. I think they are really pulling out the stops here to make them look eerie and powerful. Really, as far as what I would like to see is a slightly longer story than 3. The same level of customization as before, and for a release that just plays well. Obviously, a few more classes in the beginning would be cool, but I'd be okay with even the same amount so long as the depth is there. And speaking of depth, we want to make sure that there's a lot of loot in this game. But I honestly have a lot of confidence with all the success Blizzard has gotten that they are well aware of what the community would like to see. So from what's released, there's not a whole lot out yet about Diablo 4. This is literally just the beginning. I'll probably be covering more about Diablo 4 as we find out more up until release. As of now, I'm sure you may have guessed, I am most definitely on the hype train for this game. As a Diablo fan, as well as someone who tends to really like what Blizzard puts out, I'm really banking on the fact that this game is going to be just as enjoyable. But now I ask you, what's your assessment of what's been released so far? Are you hyped as well, or are you more of a wait-and-see type of person? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please help my channel grow by leaving a like and subscribe. If you'd like to be notified of future content, then ring those bells. This has been a Best Life Gaming episode of Hype Train for Diablo 4. Thank you for watching, and I hope all of you out there are living your best life.